So it's Sunday. I actually shot a clip last night in the shop. Up in the shop there. I didn't feel comfortable posting it. Lately I've been doing 2 or 3 takes of this shit. Because I'll ramble and prattle for too long. So, as of Monday, this last Monday, Jeremy and I are no longer partners in said shop. So it's just me. Let's get to the brass tacks of it all. What it means, what it could mean, all that jazz, right? Well, I've only got number 1 to look out for, which is fine, you know. I'll miss Jeremy, having Jeremy around. The shop was not a conducive environment to what he wanted out of life right now. Okay, we're in a position we got to put in the hours. I'm sitting in my 76 Dart right now. Sometimes I come out here and just sit. It's been sitting dormant, dead for about 4 years, which is saddening to me. But I will be taking it up to the shop and stripping it, literally stripping it, nut and bolt, everything. It's going to be a new car when I get done, and it'll take me several years to do it. But I like coming out and sitting in it. It makes me smile. It makes me sad a little bit, because the one and only car crash I ever got myself into was in this, and I wrecked it. I destroyed this car. This is kind of the catalyst of what got me pushed to restoring cars. I got a couple buddies that nudged along the way, and then I grenaded my life, and I had to figure out something else to do with my life than what I was doing, because it was no good. And cars, that's all I want to do. I want to be a dad. I want to live off the grid, and I want to build cars. So let's get to the real parts of it. It's just me alone in the shop. I'll pull on part-timers when I can, and I'll bring on people when the money and the work is there. So the old adage used to be, work hard, the money will be there. My old boss doing construction said the same thing to me coming up in construction. Work hard, the money will be there. Work hard, the money will be there. Work hard, the money will be there. At least in this venue, in this niche, that's not so true anymore. It's not our grandparents' world anymore, and it's rough. It's difficult to sort that out sometimes, but there it is. It's not our grandparents' world anymore, and you got to look at things a little more objectively and subjectively. You have to take that issue and you got to spin it around and look at it from different angles regularly, because there's always a different angle. I've really tightened up what I do. Hours wise, how I spend my time management. I've had to tighten that up over the course of last week. It's still kind of a fresh circumstance, so I'm still sorting things out, but sit down, I've taken notes, I got my notebook spread out, I got a desk I set up at work until I can build a proper office. That'll be my office, which is like 10 feet from the fucking compressor, so I'll let you know how that works out. So I've taken the short view and looked at everything right in front of me right now. Now I gotta take the long view and really start crafting this business plan. I got some basics. I have to rethink a few things now, obviously, because those basics aren't, not all of them are relevant now. This week, well, last couple weeks, I painted a grill and a bumper on a service van. That one's coming back in. I'm gonna paint the wheels, just shooting everything satin black, dressing it up a little bit for for the guy's business. I did a pretty intensive rocker panel replacement on 2 service vans for the HVAC company I do so much work for. I got a little bit of footage. I'll shoot that up for you guys. Just kind of, hey, what's up? This is what we're doing. I've got the camera out a lot more this week. The shop's been quiet. I'm not competing for the airwaves. Before I kind of felt bad because I was, if I had to pause the music or shut the music off to record, fucking Jeremy's working away, whatever. It doesn't matter so much anymore. I've actually taken to listening to audiobooks at work again. So, where does that leave us? Vans. I've got a Jeep coming in, an older, like a Comanche, not a Comanche, a Cherokee or a Chief, I don't know which. But it's like a 70s. It had the old Quadro track under it. The old drivetrain's gone. The owner's putting on a new drivetrain. You'll notice the owner, recognize the guy. It's the same dude we did the blue C10 for. It's coming in early next week. The blue C10 for all of its finals. He finally got the bed in it, the interior in it, all the wiring done. He got it bumping and grinding, He got it doing what it needs to do. And he's going to bring that over for the finals. So I'll have it there for about a week, bouncing it with everything else I'm working on. I got to balance. I can't work on one project all day anymore. I've got to balance that out and juggle. Last week I built a table, a big 4x8 rolling table. I got some footage of that I'll put up. I will be a busy boy today, putting up footage and splitting wood for home. And then I got to go get the shop truck and I got some pallets to cut up to burn because they're oak. That's kind of what I've been up to. That's kind of what's been going on. My buddy Josh, he's got some cool shit going on. Go over to McDivitt's Custom Cars and harass that fucker. Tell him you want more video, more in-depth video. He hasn't quite wrangled how to sit down and edit out footage, so he'll shoot a little clip and then he'll just put that 4 or 5 minutes of clip up. Go harass him. I think he's got a lot to show everybody. I really enjoy his work. Some of it is slam it out and get it out the door. Every shop has to do that to some projects. And some of it is really in-depth detail work. New roof skins, quarters, floors. Some of it's really in-depth shit. He's a very talented mechanic and body man. So go harass him. I think if enough of us go over there and give him hell, he'll sit down and figure out how his video editing programs work. Because we all know, everybody that pushes the record button out there knows that editing is kind of a bitch sometimes. But he's got a sweet ass shop. It's an old Chevy dealership over in Parkersburg, Iowa. I wanted to plug out there to Josh. We talk quite a bit on the internet. But go check out the Hudson he's working on, because that thing's fucking cool. He got it, and it looked like it was missing a lot of shit. So, he's doing some mild custom work, Frenching lights, cutting in roll pans for instead of bumpers. It's some neat shit. And then it's all going to be this wild-ass green and white two-tone, if I understand correctly. So go check him out. I'd get into current events, but it's pretty much the same old, same old. Cops are murdering people. People are murdering cops. Gas prices are down. The Russian ruble is failing because the U.S. has put sanctions. The UN has put sanctions, and Saudi Arabia has dumped cheap oil on the market, which stifled all of Russia's exports. So there you go. There's the world stage in a nutshell. Where are we going and why am I in this handbasket? That pretty much sums up current affairs, okay? Oh gosh, let me see. What's coming up is, let me see, I got an old, I think it's a Hot Point refrigerator, the old round top, in the garage, in the old shop, and where I started this whole mess. I'm going to drag that up to the shop here soon, and I'm going to rework it. I think I'm going to give it a slick hot rod paint job. I'm going to re-enamel the interior. I'll show you that. You know, 6,000 years ago when I was a carpenter, we flipped a lot of houses, and I used this 2-part epoxy enamel. Pardon me. To resurface tubs and some other surfaces, mainly tubs. Tubs and cast iron sinks is what I ended up resurfacing with this shit. I'm gonna strip the interior out, and there's some chips, dings, and shit in there. So I'll strip it down, and I'm gonna clean the interior up and re-enamel it, and then I'm gonna repaint the outside, body work it, pull some dents, things like that. But the little sumbitch works. I gave it to my mother when where the hell was it? I don't even remember. There was one short stint my ex-wife and I lived at my mother's to get on our feet, and I believe I left it with her when I moved out of there. But I've acquired miscellaneous old shit all down the line. I never saw it for what it was. To me, it was just a cool old fridge. To my mom, it was just a cool old fridge. I'm going to turn it into something and turn around and sell it. I got some wheels in the garage here in storage that I'm going to take up there and clean up and paint and try to sell. I'm going to start going through inventory again. I'm reimagining the situation. Flipping cars, reconditioning parts and selling them. All these things are what I've got to get looking toward. I want to do more. I want to do more work that's my work. That all I have to do is deal with an end buyer. I'm gonna try my best next month, February, to go find a modern car just to flip, something that maybe it's got a blowed motor, maybe it's been hit, maybe somebody just wants to get rid of it, clean it up, sell it for a profit. That's my goal for next month. So that's my life in a nutshell, folks. That's pretty much everything that's gone on, everything that's going on. Oh, let me see. We're gonna get a landline and internet down to the shop. Jerry, the guy working on the bus, he wants internet down there, so he'll front the internet until about April when he leaves out permanently. And then I'll pick up the tab from there, I reckon. But I want to get a landline. My cell phone, I destroy them. I'm going to strip it all the way back, save some dough, you know. I destroy cell phones, so I might as well reevaluate that. And that's part of it right there. You know, the old paradigm of work hard, the money will be there is gone. At this point, let's just play pretend and I work 60 hours a week. 10 of those hours is going to be me working on the shop, on the business, calling people, looking at projects, you know, 10 to 15 hours a week. That's going to be that. Chasing down money, on the rare occasion that I have to chase money down. But that's going to be 10 to 15 hours a week. And then an additional 5 to 10 hours, depending on what I've got available, I'm going to be working around the shop. Organizing, building fixtures, carts, whatever it takes. Building an office, building a real paint booth, building things that need to be built around the shop. So that's going to be the next circumstance that I'm going to deal with, is working around the shop, and then I'll spend at least 40 hours working in the shop. Because that's what it takes. I get where I'm flooded with work, I'll bring in the part-timers, and eventually some of those part-timers will be full-timers. I'm hoping by June to have a small team, 3 or 4 people down there total, including me, 3 or 4 people down there. My lovely lady works from the house. We have, she's got a little boy, he's 3, and we have one on the way come spring. And she is a CAD designer, works from home, like a satellite deal, plugs her work computer into the work computer at home office and does her job. So the big plan is, come say summer, I'm going to build a good sized office down there right inside. I just installed a pedestrian door last week, or this week, and I'm going to build an office right inside of that pedestrian door. And I'm going to build an office big enough we can do something of, maybe not a full-blown nursery, but something where the kids can play, the baby can nap, somewhere we can prepare lunch and BS, sit down and eat, somewhere the customers come in and sit down and have a cup of coffee, things like that. A real office that's going to cater to her both work needs and our personal needs for our family. So she can catch people coming in the door, say hello, let them through to the shop, answer the phone when it goes buzz buzz. That's going to relieve a lot of stress off of me during the workday, I think. Hopefully it works out. We'll see. We'll see how it shakes. But that allows us to, both of our jobs are outside of the home. We go somewhere to do our work, we shut down the shop, and we leave and we're done with work. That's helped a lot here. So that's a lot of big plans. It's a lot of big how-do for the new year. That's a lot of shit going on. That's a whole lot of action. Look for more videos. Look for a new intro video to be shot for the shop, for the channel, and look for new videography going on for introductions to the videos and things like that. I'm going to start doing a lot more with the camera because I got some time, and this is outside of that 60 hours. This is work that I put in outside of that 60 hours because this doesn't count or include. So it's about balance. Folks, have a great day. I am done with my chain smoking morning routine. I'm going to go and eat a waffle, finish my coffee, load a video.